to see if you're getting the audio that I kind of want you to hear, because that would be nice. To see if... Oh, that's my voice. Ew, gross. Hold on, let me just do this. I'll do like a quick... That's not the button I wanted to press. And then let's do that. Show musical typing. There we go. I'm just waiting a second to see if I can... Oh, I see. Oh, that's weird. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm stuck on the wrong screen. Whoopsies. Let's go fix that. Because that's actually annoying, isn't it? Sorry, I don't really use this this software, the streaming software, very often. But all right, there we go. Now you should be able to see it. Granted, everything goes well. Please. Fingers crossed. Oh wait, did it not replace it? Oh, it did. Okay, beautiful. Sorry, there's like a delay. I'm like watching the stream on my phone while I'm doing this, but okay, cool. So hi, my name's Tom, and I am a motion designer. And for all of my motion design projects, I have been creating my own music for it. And the method that I use to do it is pretty fast. It's pretty easy. It's pretty reliable. And I really wanted to share how I do it. I wanted to share a bit about my process because I think it's really helpful and it's really useful for like anyone who's beginning in motion design or anything like that and wants to add just like something extra to really make their work like pop and whatnot. I'm using GarageBand for this. So if you don't have GarageBand, I'm sorry, but you won't be able to follow along. And the main reason I am using it is because, most designers that I know use a MacBook, and GarageBand comes free with your MacBook. So it's pretty useful to just have it and know how to use it instead of it wasting space on your laptop. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is I'm just gonna make a new file. But file new, don't save on that one. And you can't see it. It was the screen that I was opening up the stream with. Let me change it now. Yeah, I think it's set over just my face now, isn't it? I'm gonna go here. It should be this screen right here. It says choose a project. Now there's gonna be a bunch of stuff over here that, you just don't worry about this stuff. Honestly, it's not really all that important. At least not for this tutorial. So we're just gonna go to this empty project part right here and choose that. And hold on, let me switch my screen back again. I have to find a better software to use here. There we go. All right, there it is. It should be back. So we're gonna be prompted up with this screen right here. We're gonna have all these things that say create a new track. Wherever options are gonna be MIDI, drummer, mic or line, and guitar or bass. Do not worry about these two right here that say mic or line and guitar or bass, because that's for like if you need to plug an instrument into your computer. And this is a tutorial for like if you just don't know how to make the music at all. So we really won't even be addressing this. The drummer stuff, I can get into that later. But let's go into the MIDI stuff right now. Or not really MIDI stuff, but I'm going to hit that and we're going to have this whole thing right here. So GarageBand basics, right? The very basics of GarageBand. Space hits play and it makes the music move forward. I'm going to turn that off for now because it's our little metronome thing. We don't really need that. It's just kind of annoying to hear. There's that. We have this little thing up here that says tempo. This controls how fast or slow the song goes. I'm gonna turn the metronome back on for that actually. So if I lower it down to like 90, it'll be around there. Take it up to like 172. Yeah, That's just controlling how fast or slow the song is. There's going to be stuff over here, like our time signature, which I would say don't worry about the time signature. Right? Keep it at 4/4 for this. And then we have our key signature. Is that what it is? Key signature, yes. So key signature controls the pitch of the song. We can get into this a little bit later. This will kind of like naturally change, as well as I think this tempo right here. But for what we're doing right now, we're going to be using this little part over here. It looks kind of like a roller coaster or something, like a loop-de-loop and a roller coaster. And the reason it looks like a loop-de-loop is because it opens up our loop library. Whoa, it's massively overwhelming what's in our loop library, right? We have so many things here, just so much. It's too much, honestly. So I'm going to help you kind of figure out how to make it more digestible, right? And I'm going to help you figure out how to make the song. So we're going to start off with this panel right here that says instruments. Now, I've kind of divided these into 4 different categories, right? The 4 elements of making a song in GarageBand. So our first category is going to be drums, right? We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different things for drums. All drums just literally what it is. It's all drums. Kits is drum kits. Beats is like more hip hop oriented. Percussion, tambourine, shaker, and conga all kind of fit into the same category of percussion. So it's like world percussion and classical percussion that we use there. And that's all that like the drum stuff is. We then have melody, which is all of this stuff from piano to vibes, guitars to slide guitar, and strings to brass, I believe. That's all our melody, right? So it's this row, some of this, and about up here. Our third section is going to be bass. So it's just these 3 things right here: bass, synthetic bass, and electric bass. And then we have our 4th category, which is not necessary, but I want to mention it because it can be really cool if you know how to use it in a cool way. It's going to be our like sound category. I don't know. It's basically this little thing for vocals, impacts, sound effects, and jingles. Those are like somewhat musical things that you can put into the song to give it more life and more texture, but you don't have to use them to get something solid. Let's go over to our genre panel now, and let's talk about this. So our genre panel is exactly what it sounds like. It has all of these different genres in here that you can choose from. So we have hip hop, which is a bunch of hip hop, like sort of instruments and samples and whatnot in here that we can use. Actually, I think kind of cool. GarageBand's kind of funny because... No, that's not the one. Whoops. I was trying to find the A$AP Rocky thing. I think it's just under flute. Is it not? Or it's something like with flute in it. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. So yeah, genre just has like a lot of that stuff in it. If you actually type in here, look, you'll see like what's available in what genre. So if I go like mandolin, oh my god, there actually are mandolin. Yeah, it's only really available for like country stuff. If I go like descriptors, which actually, yeah, let's go to descriptors right now. So descriptors is also really useful because it shows you, like, if you're going for a certain vibe, which ideally when you start off everything, you kind of want to start off with like an idea of a vibe. You kind of go here and you're going to look for like, maybe I want something that sounds really dry and dark and intense. And I'm left with all the dark, dry, intense instrumentation and whatnot, which is fun. But I'm going to get rid of all that for now. And we're going to start this off how I would start off by making any song, and that's with drums. All right. I think drums is like the most important thing to start off with because it sort of establishes your main beat, your main rhythm, and you should kind of be building songs around that, I think. At least I think so. I am a drummer, so I might be a little biased there, but I also think it's a really good starting point because it's very easy to understand drums. So let's just go to, let's say I kind of want something in like the kit section. Now you're going to see 3 different colors here. You're going to see these green ones, these blue ones, and these yellow ones, right? I'm going to say ignore these for now, like the yellow and the green. I'm going to say ignore those for now because I'll explain a little bit more about them later. But we also have the blue ones are kind of the ones we want to focus on, right? So I'm going to go to kits. And we have a lot of like options here, right? Oh. We have a lot of options, but like I don't have time to go through all these options, right? I don't have time to look through vintage disco break and wet disco break and wild goose chase and whatnot. So I'm going to go to descriptors. You could also go to genre if you have like a more straightforward genre idea in hand. Jesus, that was loud. Also, little tip: if something says fill in it, right, I would maybe stay away from that because you're gonna get that little like fill thing, like that little stuff in there. It'll be different for every single one. You're gonna get these weird things that are fun for like a moment, but if they repeat constantly, they get a little annoying. So I would maybe stay away from stuff that says fill. So I'm gonna go to like descriptors right now. I kind of want something that's a bit dry and maybe kind of like acoustic. We'll go for something like that, right? And let's go grooving. Why not? So our options, as you can see, are very much narrowed down. Now, this is really just a matter of like checking stuff out. Yeah, we can just try out stuff. Let's see. I'm gonna go with this one right here. Sorry, I was just checking stuff out. I'm gonna go with this one right here. I'm gonna just click it, drag it, drop it. There we go. And now we have it in here. Now I don't really want this tempo to be this fast. I kind of want something a little slower. I'm gonna keep that down like maybe 85. 85 is good. Maybe not this. Sorry, I'm a little indecisive. So this can take a little long. If you're like me and you're indecisive, I think. All right, I'm actually gonna use this thing right here, this halftime funk. There we go. That's nicer. Yeah, you can see that you can kind of go around and get crazy with it. But I'm gonna use that something like a halftime funk idea for the drums, and I'm gonna get rid of this thing. I'm just gonna click it and hit delete, and that's that. There we go. Have a nice backbeat for our song. So from where do we go from kits, right? Where do we go from drums? Now we have a drums. Fine. I usually like to go to our bass next, right? Because I think that drums and bass, they're in the same section musically called the rhythm section. So we want those to play off each other the strongest, I believe. So I'm going to go for something more synthetic, actually. And I'm going to go for, let's see, genre. Let's chill wave. Let's check out a chill wave bass. Let's see. I like that. That sounds kind of cool. Now, if you'll notice, actually, wait. Don't like that. What's this sound like? Hold on. Sorry. There's so many options here that I like trying a lot of things out. By the way, if you hit return twice, it takes you back to the start. So here I'll like move this. There you go. It takes you back to the start. If you hit space, it plays things. Let me show you how this stuff works over here. So there's gonna be two kind of buttons we want to worry about here. This one is the mute button. This just mutes one thing, right? And there's also the solo button. Solo button makes only one thing listenable. I'm gonna use the mute button on our first bass here so I can hear how this bass sounds with these drums. I don't hate that. I'm actually gonna bump the tempo up just a bit. There we go. Take it down a bit more now because I don't like that. And let's say I don't want to like keep restarting it and whatnot every time I want to hear it again. You can click this little part up here or this guy. Same thing. You can adjust it. And what this does, this is our cycle tool. So now it's going to loop infinitely through these parts. 1, 2, ready, and there you go. That's cool. So now we're going to kind of change our key a little bit. We're going to go down to like F. Or no, it's up. Whoops. Sorry. I forget. By the way, when you open this up, show musical typing, you're going to see something like this most likely. It's not really on right now because I don't have anything that it can trigger. But you can always kind of check for your notes here. This is C. I know it says A. That's because that's the key that it's going to be. A, S, D, F. So C, D, E, F. So F is above C. Okay. I forgot that for some reason. Let's see if we can go down to like maybe B major. How's that sound? D flat. C minor. C sharp minor, let's see. Don't really love the way any of these are sounding, I'm not gonna lie. I might just stick to, let's go like F major. Let's mute that one. Yeah, I'm not really loving these basses. They're not really going for like the vibe I kind of want necessarily. Which, you know, if you can't find what you want, usually that just kind of means you got to go here, play around with this stuff. So maybe with something dissonant, something dark. Put that in. That sounds kind of cool. I'm going to do this. Make it longer. But now what you're wondering, how do we make this section longer now? Let me mute this and I'll show you. So when you hover above it on the side here, you're going to see two options. This one at the bottom, which changes the length, which since it only is this long, we can only make it shorter. But if we hit this thing right here, that's the loop. So that loops it. Now it's just going to repeat itself. I like that, actually. I don't hate that. Let me see if I can change the key a bit and make myself like it more. There we go. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I think I like that. Very cool. I'm going to get rid of these two basses. I'm just going to hit the delete button twice, and there we go. Now we have... Yeah, that's pretty cool. So now we have our bass and our drums. Rhythm decided. Very cool. I'm going to take these filters off again, and I'm going to take that off again. And now I'm going to do some melody. By the way, very important to save your files. I'm going to hit save. Just literally just Command S. I'm just going to call it something like test song. And it's going to save to a folder called GarageBand. I'm not sure you can see it. You can move that. I'm going to move it to like my desktop or something. And I'm going to hit that. So there we go. It's there now. Now it's saved. Awesome. So now we need vocals. Or not vocals, sorry. Melody. I think for this, I might want something more like synth heavy. So I'm gonna go to like, again, we have an overwhelming amount of synths here. I'm gonna go like descriptors. Let's see. Let's get something that's a bit distorted, but relaxed and dissonant. It doesn't give us a lot. So let's just keep here. I kind of don't hate that. Let's check this out. Let's see this sounds of it. That's not bad. What else do we have? Now, the cool thing is we can layer things, right? It's not impossible. And if we want to just hear them both, we can do the solo. That shorter. Nice. That sounds pretty cool, actually. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I like the way it sounds. There we go. And the fun thing about this, right, is that this is pretty much done. That's the sound, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't hate that. We can make it longer if we need to. Blah 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 blah. Let's make that a little longer. Let's do something like this. So now it's long enough, right? This is a long-ish. It's a good length for a song. It's about this is probably all you need for most motion projects. And what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to move some stuff around. The reason I'm going to move some stuff around is because let's see. Let's get this kind of like that, maybe. There we go. And by the way, we want these little things to always line up with one another, because if they're off sync, like, it's going to be a little weird. You typically want things to be moved aside by multiples of 4 or multiples of 2. It's just a bunch of music rules, basically. That's kind of the reason why. But what I'm doing here is I'm kind of just staggering the parts so that they get introduced. 4, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, let's move that way. Yeah, let's keep it 8. So see, like, that kind of feels better. Like, you kind of got a bit more anticipation there. I'm going to move this to like maybe here, and then I'm going to move that over a bit more as well, like to there or something like that, just because it feels better. Let's move that like there now. Yeah, I don't like that. That feels too early. Let me move this to like, yeah, no, usually we would wait like 1 measure. Maybe about like 2. I really don't like that like kind of popping sound that we have here. I'm not gonna lie. By the way, these little sliders control the volume on these. I don't love this little popping sound that we're getting out of this bass. So I'm actually going to change this bass right now. Let's go to like an electric bass, because that's going to give us like an acoustic bass sound. And I'm going to get rid of this one, Satori swirl bass, which, by the way, there are notes right here. So you can like Satori swirl bass. That's just in case, like, you know, I don't find anything better, which I probably will. Oh, you can change the fonts. That's actually fun. I didn't realize that. Let's go to electric bass. Let's go to descriptors. Let's say we want something dry. Actually, no, let's say we want something dry, something dark. Maybe not dry, maybe just dark. maybe we don't just cap bass, we go here. So I'm gonna keep it like in this little section so that we kind of know where we are. I don't hate that. It's not bad. Geez, let's go to like electric bass. Let's go to genre. Let's go for like maybe something house. Oh, never mind. Don't want that. Let's go funk. What about chill wave, whatever that is? I don't hate that. It sounds nice. Let's hear how it sounds. Nah, it kind of clashes a little bit. Lush chords. Hear this. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't actually hate that. Let's see. Let's get it to go like here. Actually, we want it like kind of line up with this, right? Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, that's pretty good. That's fine. I'm gonna save again. Yeah, that's good, right? We have some pretty cool stuff here already. So this is not a bad like kind of song that we have going on here. Let's look at the other stuff that I kind of want to talk about. So vocals, a lot of what's going on in the vocals is just
1, 6, 9, 7, go.
Hell yeah. A lot of it is just like different sort of like vocal moments, essentially. Yo. No way. Yeah, add stuff like that in there. And then we also have like the impacts section here, which this is good for stuff that's like just kind of meant to add emphasis. So like, let's say we put that like right here, maybe. Let's see how this sounds. See, it kind of like, it adds like a tiny, like a small little texture to everything. And we have a bunch of other stuff. Like maybe this is like a good way to end the song. Yeah. Let's do like that maybe. Yeah. And we can even do like a build. Usually it's under something called Oh. Usually something called a riser. You'll find a lot of these little things in here, which these are these like sweeping. They build for a while, but they kind of take you to these small moments, or not these, like they kind of take you up a lot, leading up to these sort of like dropping sounds. Which yeah, these can get really obnoxious. I'm gonna keep it like low, see how it sounds. But okay. I don't like love it, but I don't hate it. I do hate it. Yeah, I feel a short riser into that, right? So that's kind of cool. I don't hate that. But yeah, it's a matter of like mixing and matching with stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hit save, and I can keep adding like little sound effects. Let's add that to it. That sounds kind of cool. Want you to love me. That's kind of like loud. Hold on. Chill. Yeah, I don't want that. Never mind. I really don't want it. Yeah, they have like animal sound. Ooh, I like that. Let's see. Let's put that like right here. How's that sound? Make it a little quieter. I like that. I don't know why. I just kind of like that. Let's add it there. And let's add another one. Let's add it right here. Because why not? I want it there. No, I don't like it at the end. Whoops. Just gonna like hide these in here. I like this. I like these. Let's see if these sound like. I like that, like right before it. It's kind of cool. Let's do that. Let's have like right before. That sounds kind of fun. Yeah, that's cool. Wait. How many is that in between? It's like 4. Put like right there. Let's see what that sounds like. That's kind of cool. Adding just a bunch of sound effects, just like add a little bit of texture to it. You know what I mean? Why not? This hasn't even like been that long, I don't think. Also go to also stuff. But anyways, so that's what that is. That's like the very basics, right? That's how we just kind of like make a very basic song and in actually a little bit more than just a basic song, but it's really just getting those three things or up there. But let's talk about some of those other features that we have here and how those are also really fun to sort of customize. So if you notice, let's go to clavinet. I like a clavinet. We have these like green sections, right? I don't hate the way that sounds. Let's see how it sounds with the song. Kind of crazy. Let's make it lower. That's kind of cool. It adds a little bit of texture. I like that. I want you to love me. Let's see, let's go 13 out there. Why not? So if you'll notice, it's green and it has all these little dots in here. It doesn't really look like an audio wave like the rest of these. Let's solo that out. So the reason for that is because it's a MIDI track. Wait. I kind of like this too. Let me add this somewhere else. Let's add it like right there or something. Anyways, so let's get into this. So what's cool about this, we're going to get out of our loop library now. And we're going to go into this thing right here, which is our, what is this? Or just a library. All right. So what this is, since it's a MIDI section, we can edit the sound of it kind of however we want to. So I'm going to go to like an arpeggiator or something like that. Let's go to synth layers. Let's go to like galactic layers. Yeah, let's hit continue. And they will sound completely different now, right? It does not sound like that sort of clavinet sound we had earlier, right? I'm going to scroll back. Let's go to like guitar. Let's see if we can get like an acoustic guitar sound, like a nice acoustic guitar. Kind of neat. Classic clean. Hard rock. No way. I don't love that. Let's see. Can I like drop it an octave or something? I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna select the bottle. The lowest note is C1. Drop it all down to like C0. Let's see what this sounds like now. Oh. Let's go to like synthesizer. Let's go to a pad. Let's go back to our like little cycle friend right here. Celestia vocals. Cubist waves. What does that sounds actually. What's this sound? Sorry if I'm not explaining what some of this stuff is doing. It's just me, like, I'm not even 100% sure. It's just me messing around with stuff. That sounds kind of cool, right? Like, I don't mind that. And let's see if we can mess around with this one as well earlier. See what this sounds like. I don't hate that, but I don't love it. Let's go to like synthesizer. Let's get it to do. Oh, wait, I forgot. I have to do that. These are so fun. Crazy. I love this stupid. Ludicrous speed. Is that a Spaceballs reference? What the heck? Let's go like Cymbal Swell. Cymbal Swell might be fun. There you go. Let's see what this sounds like in the song. Oh, wait. That sounds kind of cool, man. I don't hate this. Let's save again. And then there's also the last thing that I want to show you. We could create a new track, but I also just kind of like think it's easier. So it was the yellow stuff that we saw earlier, right? With the drums, we saw like all these names and whatnot. There's a much easier way to do this. Let's just go here and let's go to drummer. Let's go create, and boom, we have a drummer here. So what this is doing is it's sort of like automating drums and stuff. So we have a bunch of different drummers in a bunch of different genres that all have like really cute references to things. So let's go to like rock drummer. Let's go to like Britpop, which is chock full of like, I think Oasis, like there's an Oasis reference here. So let's hear what like the Morning Glory drummer sounds like. And what we can do here is we can adjust what's happening. So our options here are hi-hats versus cymbals versus like tom. And what's happening here is we can adjust how much of that stuff we hear. So if we want more tom action, less tom action, and then we can also say like how much kick and snare we want. We can also say if we want like more, it can kind of go like double time at that point. It'll go double time. We can also adjust the amount of percussion we want. And we can switch that between claps, maracas, and tambourine. We can also adjust how many fills we want. So if we want just a very straightforward beat, and we want a bunch of toms and everything. and maybe we want it to be a bit more swung, which, by the way, swing basically just means like how sloppy it sounds. So if we want it to sound like pretty dang sloppy, we can get it up to like this much. Sounds a bit like sloppier, but if we want it just straightforward, like no messing around, all the way down, it'll be like laser accurate to everything. But yeah, that's kind of all this is. And you can mess around with like the way it sounds. You can make it sound more complex, more loud, more simple, and more, more simple, more quiet. So let's say we want simple and quiet. Something that's like quiet and complex. Perfectly in the middle. How about that? Yeah, we get something that doesn't sound half bad, We can also mess around with it. We can go funk rock. Let's change our drummer here. Now we have Jesse. Let's see, mic check. What's mic check? Get loud and complex. Okay, so he's clearly Chad Smith then. Let's change hi-hat to tom. Let's get like a bunch of those in there. Let's get like a million fills. Also change our swing to be like more of an 8th note feel than a 16th note feel, which here's the difference in that. And then we have 8th notes. So I think that just changes like how sloppy it sounds, the 8th note versus 16th note thing. But yeah, we can take out our kick and our snare drum. That's cool. I didn't realize that. Why would you ever want to do that, though? Why would you ever want to do that? I don't know. Never mind. That sounds kind of cool. Sounds kind of neat. I don't know. But yeah, you can have a lot of fun with that. I don't use it that much. You know what I mean? You can if you really want to, but I don't. But yeah, we have our little composition here. It doesn't sound that bad. Let me save it. Let me actually do something kind of fun here. I like doing this occasionally. I like taking an element out for a little bit, and we put it back in, just enough where like you're gonna miss it. There you go. It comes back in. It's like kind of fun. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. And we threw it together in what? Like, how long has this been going on for? Actually, I haven't checked. Let me see. Actually, I'm sure there's a way I can see this. How long this thing's been going on for? It's literally hasn't even been an hour. It's like 50 minutes. That's not bad. It's not great. I mean, like, listen, you could go on like Free Music Archive. You can do something, but like we threw this together in like about 50 minutes. That's not bad at all, I don't think. And it sounds pretty good. And you know what? You can be proud of the fact that you made it. You can make it in like, listen, by the time we got these 3 elements together, or like 4 technically, a lot shorter. You know what I mean? Adding all the extra stuff, that's just for fun. But yeah, I mean, like, it's a good time, man. I don't hate this. Oof. Anyways, I'm gonna end it about here. If I probably at some point decide to make this whole thing shorter, but yeah, thank you for watching. If you did, no one joined the live stream, but that's okay. Yeah, I hope everyone who watched this has a great day. I hope you learned something as well. And I hope you use this. And if you do, tell me, let me know. I'd be super, super happy to hear. All right. Thank you so much. And I will see everyone. I don't know. What am I talking about? I don't want to make content like that. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. If you did, let me stop sharing my screen and figure out how to end this stream. Oh, there it is. There's a button right there. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great night or weekend, whatever.